Hello everyone, here are the latest market news on April 4th, 2019. Tesla Inc. deliveries fell 31% in its first quarter as the electric car maker struggled with its first shipments of the Model 3 sedan to Europe and China due to longer transit times. But the Silicon Valley carmaker reaffirmed its guidance to deliver between 360,000 and 400,000 vehicles this year, and said U.S. orders for its new Model 3, which was recently made available for $35,000, outpaced what the company was able to fulfill in the quarter. Tesla, whose delivery numbers missed analyst expectations, said it had only delivered half of the quarter numbers by March 21st, with 10,600 vehicles still in transit at the end of the quarter. By comparison, only 1,900 vehicles were in transit at the end of the fourth quarter. As the company strives to improve margins and post-profit later in 2019, the company has laid off workers, including about half of team hired to deliver cars in the United States, and said it would close stores to lower costs. Million Facebook accounts were found on the web. More than 540 million Facebook records, including users' comments, likes, account names, and more, were left exposed by a third-party company on an Amazon cloud computing server, researchers disclosed on Wednesday, marking the latest major privacy and security mishap to plague the social network giant. Facebook said its policies prohibit app developers from storing information in a public database, adding in a statement Wednesday it has worked with Amazon to take them down. The report from UpGuard comes almost a year after revelations that Cambridge Analytica, a political consultancy, improperly accessed the personal data of 87 million Facebook users with the aid of a quiz app. The exposure of Facebook's data also illustrated a hard reality: once accessed or obtained, personal data can live forever. Oil prices mixed, Brent edges up towards $70. Oil prices were mixed on Thursday's session, with Brent closing towards the psychologically important $70 level after easing in the previous session on data showing a surprise build in U.S. inventories. Brent futures were up at $69.36 a barrel. WTI crude declined to $62.43 a barrel. Crude oil supported by an agreement between the OPEC and allies such as Russia, a group known as OPEC+, to reduce oil output by about 1.2 million barrels per day this year. U.S. pressure on Iran is increasing, with a senior Trump administration official saying earlier this week that Washington is considering more sanctions on the Middle Eastern country. Trade talks between the United States and China made good headway last week in Beijing, aimed to bridge differences during further talks, White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow said on Wednesday. Euro rises from three-week lows. The euro gained against the greenback on Wednesday as hopes of a trade deal between the U.S. and China bolstered risk abated globally, while the Australian dollar outperformed on strong local and Chinese economic data. Reports showed that the U.S. and China are close to finalizing their trade deal, buoyed sentiment across the board, and the euro got a bit of a lift from that as well. The euro was last up 0.28% against the U.S. dollar at $1.1233. The single currency on Tuesday fell on its lowest levels in more than 3 weeks and neared $1.1174, which if broken would send the currency to its weakest level since June 2017. Better than expected service sector data in Europe further helped the single currency as German 10-year bond yields also headed back above zero. The services Purchasing Managers Index PMI rose to 53.3.